So behind me is a Rolls-Royce engine that has sat on a pallet for a few years, and we want to know, will it run? The last time I did this on a Rolls-Royce diesel engine that sat in a hedge for many years, you guys liked it and requested some more. So we thought we'd bring you along on this one. So Josh, our first job is let's make this the right way up. I don't know if it's a Josh thing or it's just a Hubbard thing. Do I have to specify that the sum goes to the pot? Going to rain on us now, but we're now stood upright. So this is a B61, so it's not quite the same as the engine you saw us take apart. This has a bore diameter of 3.5, a bore diameter of 3 3/4 inches rather than 3.5 inches, but that's about it. Potentially bigger valves depending on the mark. So we're going to whip the plugs out, give them a clean. All the leads have been left loose, so hopefully water hasn't got in there and corroded the end of the electrode up, but we'll see. So we're going to whip the plugs out, give them a clean up and throw some oil down the bores and lubricate all that up, and then we're going to whip the dizzy top off and check the points. If you've got a B series that doesn't run very well, it's the points, and if it still doesn't run right, go back and do the points again because you did them wrong. Pretty much. It's all points, points, points and points. Right, so Josh is now going to whip the plugs out.
I'm in the line to I don't think I went over to the Southampton with it. Yeah. Right, you're done with it.
This plug, they're not tight. No, they're not. Yeah. Put the plug up for it.
Yeah. That's not even what yeah, that's all. That's. So that took longer than it should have. I lost the special tool. I put it exactly back where I found it. Who'd have guessed that? And for the sake of not messing around too much with this engine, we've just chucked the plugs back on the leads, and they will go back in the right place because they're labelled. You may just be able to see there's a 6 on that one. Sees that one, obviously. So the HT leads are labelled, so the spark plugs will end up going back in the right place. Easy way to keep track of them. Lewis has quite kindly offered the flywheel up for us. Only took him 3 attempts to line that up. There is one bolt that's slightly out, so they do master on, which is important because our timing lines, so we can check the timing, are, if I make the tripod really small, on the back through that hole there. I don't know if I can just about see them, but they're on the back of the flywheel. So we can check dizzy timing, set all that up. Say, check the points and the dwell angle in there for the sake of it before giving it some fluids. So quickly inspecting spark plugs. There's no rust in them. They're all about the same really. Like I say, there's now got bits of grit on them because they've touched the side of the engine. They're a little wet on the thread, but they're dry inside, which is alright. As Aaron, with the new toy, ruins the audio.
Right, so we've got ourselves a flywheel. Now we know that our cylinders probably haven't had water in, and well, she's not seized, so next thing, we want a starter motor. We need to check to see if we've got spark, and that happens in the dizzy. So we'll get that cap off and have a look what that looks like. Dizzy cap is a lot more fun when you're not upside down.
Hanging from your angles.
Yeah. First look in the dizzy. You know what? Actually looks pretty good in here. Interesting note to make is we've got a rev limiter on the rotor arm, but we're also mechanically governed. So this shouldn't be here, or that shouldn't be there. One of the two. Probably that one. Probably the rev limiter on the back of the rotor arm. But I'm actually pretty pleased in here. That's not bad. Right. We found the points. The points are here. But do they work?
They're where they should be.
They are where they should be. So to do that, we need to disconnect the dizzy from itself and the coil. Oh, wrong one. We haven't got the power yet, so we're fairly good. Right, so I've done the first set of points, and you can now see that they're working. If I take it over till dead spot. We've now got continuity for the points there. Turn it back to a high spot. No continuity. So they're working. So we'll now take this set out, Josh. If they can see. And what the points do from sitting and just not doing anything is they oxidise up. And you can see that they just have a slimy layer over. That burn spot there happens quite quickly on the B series. Because what they do, the military, they run 24 volts through the points to start the engine, and then once you release the start switch, it then drops back down to 12. So on startup, they do burn the points out. But it just means they start a lot easier. And then we can move the base plate to it. Now you'll notice that both sets of points are different. And because we run twin points, we need to set the angle between them, and that is done on this plate, the bigger plate, and that is the dwell angle. I'm hoping that's alright. If we've got to do it, we've got to do it, but for now at least, we're going to leave it alone and just clean the points up and see what happens. Right, time to clean, give them a little clean. You'll see quite quickly the oxidation coming off. That crap there. I just want to know if the engine's going to run. And if it does, what compression she's got. So I'm not going to throw a new set of points or anything in her. So yeah, it's nicely cleaned up now. It's still nice and flat, it's not tapered. So that will work. Not too tight yet, because we've got to adjust the point gap. Then it'll be much of the same story with this one. We're not going to get rid of that big indent. The bit that's missing out there, we just cleaned off the other side. They've stuck at some point. He then goes on there. Turn the engine over to the points meet. Yep, there my points are working. With a set of feeler gauges, not a fag rizzler folded up like 10 times. Oh. Oh, that's nearly there. It'll be slightly larger because when you do these screws up, it will nip up. Happy with that. So just before we give up and go home, we shouldn't be making continuity through there in a minute, which we're not. And if Josh turns it, now we do. That, Josh, is a working set of points. Now we need to put the condenser back on, power from the coil back on, power to the second set of points back on. I never use adjustables. Why am I using an adjustable?
Can't find the BA spanners.
Well, I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm a heathen today. I want to round everything.
Nut gun and adjustable.
What has happened to me? Josh, we don't want to put this on.
Not yet, no. There's a bit missing.
We need a rotor arm. We have. We have done that before, haven't we, Josh?
Maybe.
We've forgotten one of these before. On a ferret. In fact, that ferret there. We real bit dizzy, timed it all in. Like, why is this thing still not starting? And then, there's a rotor arm sitting on the wing, and we didn't have two. Right, so we're going to tighten them up, and then we're going to source some power so we can start turning this over.
Oh, something happened.
So let's see if it turns over. Right, let's see if we've got spark then. Right, now let's see if we've got some spark. Film spark. I should have done that. Didn't do it. I can just spark on that one. I couldn't necessarily see anything on this one, but to be fair, with all that shit in there,
You may just not spark.
right, check another one then. We're on BST still as well, so we got
Hang on.
24.
4, 6. Oh, I checked number 5, didn't I?
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a spark.
Right, anything falling out the... Like that. Or that. Why are you live? Already chuffing out the exhaust inlet above me. Let me just move away from you. Ready again?
Two are doing something.
Oh, we can do it here, can't we? Oh!
Right over where it backfires.
You know! That's warming it up.
Has it?
Yeah!
She backfired a little bit.
Yeah. It revs to the moon.
You did have to do.
You ran away, we didn't get it on film. That one's running. Right, round 3. What did it want to rev up for?
Did the governor pull the throttle on?
Well, I think the governor did. Oh! Governor issue, I think. Yeah. Let's try again.
Yeah, that's what to do.
It's a bit high to take over, isn't it?
Oh. So in this clip you can hear me cutting the ignition off and on, see if I can make the governor, which I expect to be the issue, to work. It is off. All the way against the stop currently. Maybe that's not, maybe it's the other way. Maybe you push it. Don't let it go. I'll stop it up there.
Yep. Now we've figured out the throttle's back.
I can't do it. I can't do it single-handedly now. I've got to hold the throttle on.
Do you want me to do it for you?
Yeah, let him join in.
We've now realised that actually the throttle's backwards and it springs all the way on and you pull it towards idle.